the game. They do need to ban a position 1. Mini Heroes still in the pool. Surprising to see the Spectre pick, really, but I do actually like the Spectre pick. A Gyrocopter, a solid ban here, would probably work very well. Just this Vengeful Spirit working really well with most of these heroes. And the Terrorblade pick, very surprised to see that pick, and it probably will cause a lot of mayhem here. Sorry guys, just fixing a few settings here. But yes, I do believe that Clutch Gaming are a little bit on their lineup this game. An early smoke coming out, all red. Chilling Touch already filled here. So I think they have a plan on getting this first blood very early on. We'll see what happens. Basically having Nightmare very early on, going for the Mantle of Intelligence, level 1, possibly building that. Could be a casual mantle, but it also could be going into the Null Talisman, so we'll see what happens. TA opting not to go for any tangos, unless they are going to be getting them from teammates with the Bane, but we're just going to stick with the one tango here. Vengeful Spirit reconnecting now, so we're back into business. Interesting item set here. Clutch Gaming moving down to the bottom lane with their smoke, but it doesn't look like there's going to be anyone here for them to catch out. There's some pings coming out by Darkseer here. Smoke not effect here. Unfortunately, not being able to catch anyone out here.
30 seconds to battle.
Juggernaut skilling the Blade Fury level 1. Very aggressive skilling here by Clutch Gaming, actually. The level 1 Chilling Touch, and Jakiro not skilling anything yet. Going for that ward build here. So, of course, this is probably a position for Jakiro with this Spirit Breaker going number 3. And this is not always what we see in this current meta, with, of course, Spectre going to focus on blocking the wave. No blocking waves coming from
the battle begins.
EZ G2A at all. Unless, of course, Big Terrorblade here is actually going to be going top, and this could be an aggressive tri-lane. It could also just be a dual lane with the Bane, which is considered fine. And will probably cause a lot of trouble here for this Spectre with reflections and all kinds of things. This is a mid-lane Juggernaut. Not something we always see against the Assassin. And of course, Cactuar King Haven't seen that for a long time. If any of you guys have seen that on YouTube. Back to our own Thornberry. And the solo safe lane Darkseer here. Not too bad of a lane for him. Nothing they can do about this Ion Shell, really, so it's not too bad at all. And this aggressive tri-lane against this Spectre is going to cause all manner of havoc for Clutch Gaming here. They're going to have to rotate this Ancient Apparition here. Nothing he can do to help mid out. And mid is going to have to be solo for now, with nothing, no help available.
Present. Sir.
Templar Assassin doing a lot of damage to Juggernaut here. And this aggressive tri-lane is just going to cause all problems here. Spectre is going to have a very hard game with Terrorblade also going for a very, very nice item build here. Going to get a lot of losses. And of course, as that counter middle, the fraction charges aren't going to help him out very much. Juggernaut is probably might even down here. The negative armor is doing a lot of work, and both heroes going to survive here completely fine. And Juggernaut is going to salve up with the Templar Assassin having no salve here. Did only go for that one tango and the Fairy Fire, and this is not so good for him. Thinking that the refraction charges would help him out a lot here. Did help him out, but not as much as he had hoped. And Spectre here, opting to go down into the off lane, gets this Darkseer here actually, rotating down. And of course there is a ping out from top. Vengeful Spirit getting get charged, and of course Cold Feeted. No, Chilling Touched actually. No Cold Feet just yet. And now has skilled it. Second. This is a standard build here. Of course, Terrorblade no longer being able to counter the Spectre. Now that the Spectre has gone down bottom, it could have another swap around just to keep countering. And it probably would be the best, but it doesn't seem like they're going to do it. No TP is being bought just yet. And of course, now the Spirit Breaker is going to farm this top lane with Bane already having Nightmare here. So we expect to see some kills coming very soon. But Clutch Gaming getting first blood, that's not so bad for them really at all. Spectre has not been killed despite this very aggressive lane, which is very good for Clutch Gaming to be honest. And if we have a look at some last hits here, Terrorblade obviously ahead, but Spectre actually doing fairly well, and we missed another kill up here with the Bane getting the Nightmare off, and Ancient Apparition going down, and this Metamorphosis being popped here on the Terrorblade. So that aggressive tri-lane doing a lot of work. Obviously the Wave of Terror and the Magic Missile doing so much work here. Nothing that AA can do. Hasn't got himself any armor at this point. Armor, it's not so good at all. And a rotation coming top from the Juggernaut with an invisibility rune, but he's very low. This could be very risky, and he has spotted out Bane, but I don't think he's really up for engaging, unless of course he gets a healing cell from someone, and there is one from the Spirit Breaker that has given it to the Juggernaut, so he did that. Juggernaut missing a lot of farm, a lot of XP mid. He will have to try and get a kill here to make it worth it, and of course they probably are going to initiate with charge here, and the Spirit Breaker probably going to initiate here, and has initiated Terrorblade. Bane's probably going to go down here to Cold Feet, and of course the Spirit Breaker is getting very low as well. Terrorblade getting a lot of damage here from this Chilling Touch, but I don't know if these heroes are actually going to go down. They probably can't get him. Not enough mana here for a spin. No phase boots. Vengeful Spirit just going to run away. Doesn't have boots and still got out of there with the Terrorblade, of course, going for early raid bans. Very good for his stats, allowing him to use his spells a lot more often. Top lane really is the exciting lane this game. I'm sorry if I don't focus too much on the other lanes, but the other lanes are fairly static at this point. We can talk about this Darkseer here. He probably most likely is going to go for the Soul Ring as soon as possible. He needs this if he's going to keep up this game. There's actually a haste rune here coming in from Juggernaut, but nothing he can do against this Templar Assassin, who's level 3 refraction here. So a lot of problems here for the Juggernaut and actually getting a kill, and they've actually nightmared the Ancient Apparition here. This could be a very good kill. They're using that stun, and of course Cold Feet coming off, but not going to be able to hit. And nothing they can do there. Very dangerous lane. This is the kind of tri-lane you want to have, and it's actually accomplishing a little bit so far. Not as much as they'd probably hope, and a Clarity being purchased here by Vengeful Spirit to keep up this aggression. And they're playing very dangerous game here. Spirit Breaker actually gets a charge off with a nice rotation. Somebody could TP top, and they could get a lot done here against this tri-lane. And of course, Ancient Apparition coming top. It's the second time he's either doesn't want to get caught out again. Very easy to get caught out with a Nightmare. Probably level 2 by now. And it is level 2, so the range is even bigger. bottom lane. They really, Clutch Gaming really want to kill this Darkseid here, and they probably can't do it really. I mean, they can harass him for quite a lot, and he is just going to surge away, and he isn't going to get hit by the stun. We've missed another kill on the Ancient Apparition here, probably another Nightmare and another stun, and of course, the Spirit Breaker is going to be very low, but he's not going to go down. Terrorblade, not getting any of these kills. However, he is getting the XP, and that's what matters. Bane getting 3 kills here, probably because of Brain Sap, and that's fairly standard. And Juggernaut opting to go for this no healing ward or critical build here. That may be fine.
Tower is under attack.
It will mean his farm is not quite as quick as he'd like, and it also means that he has no healing ward, which means pushing is a little bit limited at this point if they try anything. But Bane playing a very good game here, just cutting that wave, nothing being able to stop this push here on the top tower. This is going to affect Spectre's farm, this is going to affect pretty much the farm of everyone, but of course a standard kill here coming out from Juggernaut, going for that Omni Slash straight onto the Bane. And they are going to push back this aggression here. Terrorblade having to go back, Vengeful Spirit having to go back, and opting to go for the 2 points of Wave of Terror. This is very good this game. I really like that decision by the Vengeful Spirit. And they could actually try and get a kill on the Ancient Apparition. He's a little bit out of position. He can't run any further. He needs to get his spells in before he dies. Cold Feet, the Templar Assassin, very good idea, and does go down in the end. However, the Jakiro stun doing a lot of work here. The Templar Assassin most likely going to go down here. They do have Dust ready. Very good play by them. And of course, the Jakiro being Nightmare. This is absolutely disastrous, and there's nothing they can do. Terrorblade using Sunder, and this is absolutely disastrous here. Can't even get the Vengeful Spirit, and it's going to escape in the trees. This Bane doing everything right there. I think Bane is playing very well this game, using a very nice Nightmare on the Jakiro, preventing all damage over time. And Spectre, nearly level 6 here, but a little bit behind. When we look at last hits, is actually ahead on last hits, but we see a little bit of a discrepancy here, with the Templar Assassin probably being the best in general, with 13 denies against this Juggernaut, who only has 21 last hits. Juggernaut going for more of that roaming Juggernaut this game, with the spin and with the Omni Slash. This is a position 2 Juggernaut this game, not something we normally see, but actually he'll be a little bit aggressive in the mid lane here. Bane probably overstaying his visit here. However, this is a rotation from Templar Assassin, nothing they can do, and they're actually going to try and get him, maybe with a Nightmare, but a little bit out of range, and he does actually land it. Templar Assassin, there is a rotation here from the Jakiro with damage over time, preventing that refraction from providing any more help. Things coming from top lane,
under attack.
and Spectre being very low, but having to back here. Templar Assassin might even be able to get a kill here, but it's going to be cold feeded and scared away. With the Juggernaut actually rotating in, no Omni Slash at this point, is actually going to get Nightmared. There could be another kill coming here. Very well played by the Ancient Apparition, taking that Nightmare off with the illusion. And Spiritbreaker opting to go for the Urn of Shadows, most likely this game, but he has not got boots yet. This is pretty bad for him, considering the fact he's up against this Terrorblade, he can slow him even more. And interesting to see no big stacks just yet in either jungle. No big stacks yet. Probably best to get some. Oh, actually, the Ancients have been stacked once here for the Templar Assassin, with the Dire Ancients not being stacked as of yet. This is very good for Templar to accelerate a farm even more, and Bane being very aggressive here with the Soul Ring and trying to find the Spiritbreaker, who's actually hiding in the trees. But if they do find him, he's most likely dead here. And Spiritbreaker charging top, and rotation coming top. Really nice rotation. Can't let him get the Sunder off, and he probably will get the Sunder off here. And he, oh no, it's not. It's off cooldown, and of course they will take him down. But this is not, they're not done yet. They want to get a return kill here, and they should be able to do it here with a Brain Sap, and there it is. And the Spirit Vector doing a very nice rotation top, very well played by the Spectre, and actually taking down the Vengeful Spirit. And of course, they can get the TA here as well, missing another kill. Spirit Breaker, Bane going down, but of course, that was a pretty standard kill, a little bit overextended, and of course, this is a very nice kill here from Spectre. Spectre got the double kill. This is what they needed to get back in this game. Clutch Gaming here, needing that. And if we have a look at kills here, Bane being ahead, Juggernaut actually having 3 kills, so it's not as bad as it may look. Looked pretty bad for Clutch Gaming just before, but they're actually not that far behind at all. And this is Arcane Boots coming out from Jakiro here, very nice. Going to sustain this push. Healing Ward being skilled here, this is what I wanted to see. Saving it for the push, I suppose, that's fine. And TP's coming top here for the Radiant. And Doug's here, just going to try and scare them off with an iron shell, but it's not going to be enough. Fortify coming in.
Tower is under attack.
Not much they can do though. And they are just going to have to let that one go. Nice ward spot here, coming out. But of course, back to farming, back to just that static gameplay we've been seeing. But of course, not always that static. With the Spirit Breaker charging in, the Bane, not much he can do here except Nightmare someone, but he is going to be stunned by the Jakiro, and he is going to Nightmare himself. They just need to get the macro higher even, or they just need to bash him. Just that one shot here. And the stun missing. Bane might even be able to escape here. This is not what we should be expecting. Spirit Breaker has got a charge, but he has no vision, and that's not good at all. He got away. And they're actually going to charge him behind the towers here. Bane getting the brain sap. This is a little bit too aggressive, and he's actually going to get nightmared. This is huge. The Bane not having mana to use his ultimate, but Jakiro rotating it. This could be disastrous for Bane here, and he most likely will go down. And really surprising aggression from the Spirit Breaker, but it did pay off. And Vengeful Spirit being a little bit too aggressive here, probably going to be going down here.
Dire's top
and
tower is under attack.
This Spectre everywhere this game, playing very, very well. This is exactly what we want to see from a Spectre.
Under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures
Another push coming in from Clutch Gaming. They want to end this game. They want to do some damage. They want to cut down Terrorblade's farm because they are probably very scared of this Terrorblade, who is doing fairly well this game. And Templar Assassin, maybe looking to get a pick off on this Spectre. Spectre, of course, trying to confuse the Templar Assassin here. Going to TP out. There's nothing they can do about it, and actually gets away. Really nice awareness here as to where his location was. They did find him, but he did get away. And in base, actually going for the lifesteal here. So going for a charge, most likely just to the mid lane actually. And we're missing another kill here. This could be disastrous here for Jakiro, but he does get away. And another charge and an ultimate here from Spirit Breaker with an ultimate from the Juggernaut. And he is going to go down and leveling the critical here. Nice to see that leveled. And he looks like he's going for the Battle Fury build here, which is a fairly standard build this game, and not too bad, to be honest, at taking down refraction charges yet again. They're actually doing very well at building items such as the Urn of Shadows, which are very good against Templar Assassin. And even though they don't have any Pyros that counter Templar Assassin that well besides Jakiro, they actually do have some very nice item builds this game, and that's going to help a lot. And it's going to make the TA pick less effective. Jakiro opting for the level 1 point stun here, and this little bit of aggression here on the Juggernaut, but I don't think they can get him. There's actually a big turnaround here. No, but the vacuum comes in, the wall comes in, missing a lot of heroes, however. The Ice Blast is a very big Ice Blast, and it's going to do a lot of damage. Vengeful Spirit very low here, doesn't want to get caught out, and the Fairy Fire coming through, but this TA actually going to get away from the Sunder. Very well played by Terrorblade here. And of course, Vengeful Spirit did go down via the Frostbite damage. I really like that rotation. That fight there was very good for Clutch Gaming. And of course, the Terrorblade actually played very well here by using his Sunder to save Templar Assassin. And that was definitely worth it. To go for the Yash here, obviously, this is going to turn into, most likely, this game, a Manta style is a very good idea. But obviously, some people do decide to go for Sergeant Yasha. I do believe Manta style is the build this game. Spirit Breaker going to charge top, try and get something done on this Templar Assassin, who does not have mana to use too much here. Not actually staying on the strength threads here, a little bit scared, and they are just going to back here. Spirit Breaker having double damage, and if they have some really good turnarounds here, they could turn around on this TA. She's got no mana, not even to use a meld here, and unless she tread swaps, and she still doesn't have mana, nothing they can do though. They are just going to back away, and Jakiro down here by himself, with some rotations coming bot. Bane looking to get a kill. This Bane doing a lot of work this game. Is pretty much the MVP here. Actually still got the mental intelligence here. Not really sure if he'll build that into a null talisman or just have it there just for the intelligence. It's not really that bad, to be honest, at all. There's some D-warding coming here. Really nice awareness here. Of course, the Vengeful Spirit and the Bane sharing this ward role. Bane just buying those status sentries. I do really like Glimmer Cape though this game. Certainly on one of these heroes here. But Vengeful Spirit building a medallion, so this could be a Glimmer Cape on the Bane this game, which is pretty much the best because he can eat Glimmer Cape himself. There's some static farming going up top here, a little bit aggressive here with the Ion Shell. The Spirit Actually, Spectre could try and get a kill here, but of course the rotation bottom. Actually, a rotation from the Bane here, and is in range for grip, but I don't think they're able to commit to that. Not enough damage, and no sustain there.
Dire's middle
Terrorblade
tower
just farming
is
away.
under attack.
Going for 7. Actually, there is an Ice Blast, but it is going to miss, and the swap coming in from Vengeful Spirit, just to be safe. Not required, but it is probably what I would have done in the same situation as well. If we look at last hits here, I mean, Terrorblade and, of course, Darkseer top of the list. I mean, we expected Darkseer to be there, but, of course,
Radiant's
the
middle
TA has
tower is
fallen
under
back a
attack.
lot here. 19 last hits behind the Juggernaut. This is pretty crucial, to be honest, and 3 last hits for Vengeful Spirit, pretty far behind, but, of course, Vengeful Spirit playing that very static position 5 role this game with a haste rune on Ancient Apparition. Could look to get something done here, a little bit low on mana, and he has gone for the Hand of Midas build this game. This game, that's fine, considering the fact that Chikero is playing number 5 this game, so that is probably fine if you guys want to do that in your games. Going for Midas on AA is not that bad at all. And Bane, of course, being completely bursted down here. This ultimate level 2 Omni Slash, and, of course, the Spirit Breaker charge. Doing
Dire's
so
middle
much work.
tower
This
is under
lineup for
attack.
Clutch Gaming actually proving to be very, very scary. Lots of map presence. A lot more than I expected. Of course, we do have this Spirit Breaker and the Spectre pick, so a lot of global
Dire's
presence.
middle tower has fallen.
Darkseer yet to have any kills or deaths or assists. He has been farming a lot this game. He has got a Blink
Dire's
Dagger,
top tower
and
has
that's going to help
been
him
denied.
initiate, which is what actually the Radiant are lacking this game. A lot of initiation besides the Bane, and actually a nice vacuum collecting a lot of heroes. Rotations coming bottom. Templar Assassin doing a lot of damage here. Chikero should go down, but he's able to get all his spells on. The Bane ultimate coming through. Terrorblade getting a kill here, and of course, this Spirit Breaker using his ultimate, taking down the Terrorblade. This is pretty big. Actually, Clutch Gaming not really doing that badly this fight at all. And Templar Assassin having enough mana to fraction now, and it's actually probably going to find here, unless of course a config comes up, but no mana. And Spirit Breaker playing really well here, minus armor, but he is going to go down. And of course, Ancient Apparition getting a killing spree here, finishing off the Templar Assassin. And meanwhile, the Bane is going to go down. Spectre doing very well this game, and they might be able to take down the Vengeful Spirit here, TPing away just in time.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Vengeful Spirit
Radiant
finally
structures
having money
are
to buy this
fortified.
medallion. And they're going to try and defend this, but they can't. They're
Radiant's
pinging it
bottom
out, but
tower has fallen.
Spectre still down there, finishing off the tower and not getting the last hit, however. But it looks like the Radiance build is most likely the choice here. And to be honest with you, I think that's fine this game. Juggernaut finishing off his, actually finishing off the Battle Fury here, just because what we expected to see. We'll see how Terrorblade's going. Terrorblade still stuck on that same set of items he had before, not really doing as well as he had hoped. 2 deaths here being registered, and actually a Spirit Breaker charge coming top. This could be very dangerous for him. Spirit Breaker, no support here at all, and how are they going to take him down? I mean, this ultimate, if he could get a solo kill on this Terrorblade, that'd be huge, but of course he can sunder, and he does sunder. This is huge, big turnaround, and I think there's a little bit dangerous move by Spirit Breaker here. If he does manage to get a kill here, I'd be very surprised. Of course, Terrorblade finishing him off, a little bit dangerous. And I am not surprised that happened, but it was a good try nonetheless. If they had support, that would have been very good. Chikero, if he had been there, it would have been a certain kill on this Terrorblade. And a nice stack here coming for TA. Assuming this is for TA. And a nice blast coming here, but not really doing too much except chewing through refracted charges, which isn't really that bad, to be honest. Spectre opting to TP home. Nearly got the Radiance done. Vanguard coming out on Darkseer. This game, I mean, if Darkseer decides, it's actually a very, very interesting build here. But I do not disagree with this build. I believe that the Darkseer, if he builds Crimson Guard this game, guys, it's very, very good. Crimson Guard being not always the most popular item in Dota 2, however, very, very effective against this Radiant lineup here with this Terrorblade, and of course, just with all of these heroes, the minus armor, and of course, very good against Templar Assassin, who relies upon physical damage, is going to be completely negated here by this Crimson Guard. Not completely, but of course, it will make a huge difference in every team fight. What am I saying? This is Darkseer on the Radiant that we're talking about. He is going to be very good if he gets the Crimson Guard because of Juggernaut, because of Spectre. These 2 heroes, very, very weak against Crimson Guard. Juggernaut is being a little bit aggressive here. Bane really wants to get his ultimate off. He can get someone. He could easily grip someone here. Gripping the Juggernaut if they have a very good initiation. But it's going to be interesting to see. And actually, the bench swap pop, Juggernaut is going to use a spin, and he is gripped, but he don't know if he's going to be able to sustain this. Of course, the Bane probably going to go down here. And actually, no, the Bane getting his Nightmare off. The Templar Assassin going down there, really low. Juggernaut and the Spectre diving past the tier 2s here. Probably going to get the Vengeful Spirit. Bane goes down, the Vengeful Spirit goes down. This is huge. We really expected the Radiant here to be ahead, but just these very, very unfortunate fights here for AtEz. And Tier 1 towers all gone. And this push lineup, really nice push. I mean, they have the Jakiro, they have the Spirit Breaker. These heroes are very good at stopping, very good at preventing the defenses, and they're going to take down these creeps very quick. Terrorblade being good against the counter push, but that illusion not lasting long at all. Juggernaut being very good at pushing as well. They should be able to take us down. Very, very nice work by them. 2 towers in 1 push. That's not what you want to see, and that's just pretty scary here. Pretty scary. Terrorblade not really doing too bad. He's going to go for that Scardy build here. Actually, the Manta style. I'm sorry. Jakiro here. I think he's probably going to get this rune, which would also help with pushing. Also help with confusing his opponent. And potentially a drum build here from Spirit Breaker. Not too sure though. With Spectre opting not to go for the drum. Or, of course, the Juggernaut opting not to go for it. Getting boots of travel here. His next item certainly could be something like a Basher. We're not too sure what he's going to go for, though. Whether he uses this to build a Scardy, we're not too sure.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
A desperate smoke here coming from the Radiant. And this is a very nice initiation. They should be able to take down Jakiro here. He will go down. Iron Shell doing a lot of damage. And Terrorblade not getting the last hit, unfortunately for him. He really needs it this game. He needs a lot more gold. 105 last hits. We look at net worth here. And we can see Juggernaut's actually ahead. I really didn't expect Juggernaut to be ahead. I really expected the Spectre to be ahead. But Spectre close behind. However, there is a big gap where the Radiant are the next 3, with, of course, the Darkseer and the Terrorblade expected to be here. And the Templar Assassin, nearly 4,000 net worth behind the Juggernaut in that one-on-one mid situation. Juggernaut just having a very nice game, very, very good ganks. Juggernaut, actually, I really like this play. We'll talk about this in a second, but they are going to try and take him down with the Radiance burn, but they do give up, and Spectre giving up on that. But of course, a charge coming onto Templar here. She does have blink, but she doesn't have refraction. It's nearly off, and they can burst down very quickly. And the Urn will take her down anyway. No time to use the refraction. And I'm very surprised that actually happened just there. But what I was saying with Clutch Gaming, this Spectre pick is actually very nice here. And the Radiance burn, more counter to the Templar Assassin. They really just want to get this Templar Assassin out of this game, because that's probably one of the heroes they fear the most this game, apart from the Bane and the Terrorblade. Just going to take the Ancient stack. This is not good. And Darcy actually getting in here with the ball, with the vacuum. He's all by himself here, and the backup has arrived. They do actually take down Spirit Breaker with the Jakiro ultimate doing a lot of damage. Ice Blast most likely could be taking down this Vengeful Spirit, but of course Terrorblade saving her life. Terrorblade playing very well this game, of course, with his saves. Templar Assassin first, now Vengeful Spirit, and of course they can't take down Spectre. No Desolator as of yet. I think Desolator this game is probably about to go, possibly monkeying by the Radiance. Desolator also providing a lot of damage, and of course more armor reduction, coupled with this Vengeful Spirit pick. Darkseer, not 100% sure what he's building yet. Crimson Guard still in the item pool for him. Juggernaut is going to TP top to try and get more push. He has got boots of travel. And actually, Juggernaut going for the Desolator here. I don't mind this too much at all. But it means he cannot use his Orb of Venom to build a Scardy, which is probably fine. And they are going to ward and block the Radiant camp there. And actually, Juggernaut missed that, but he did go down, probably because of the Ion Shell damage and because of the complete huge amount of level 4 meld damage from TA here, doing even more damage. Vengeful Spirit. Not really there at the time.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And the Crips here push down this Radiant bottom tower. Not much coming in defense, apart from Terrorblade Illusions, which is fine. And he is using his Manta Illusion, so he has gone for the Manta build. I think it's very smart this game. He's coming out mid. Ice Blast just missing. Probably to ping out and avoid that. And actually this Sentry Ward does catch him out, but it's not always the best spot. I believe this is probably the best spot, as you can actually catch this ward here. But that is going to get away, and it's actually going to survive.
Dire's middle tower
Which is not so good, and they can actually see Spectre here and see when she's coming in, and you can see what camp she's farming. They can see that she's farming the stack, which is no longer going to be there after this ward, after this camp is dead, due to the fact that it's blocked. But the Spirit Breaker charge coming in, and it's going to cancel that. A little bit risky. They do D-ward, so that's a very nice D-ward there, very important D-ward as well. And of course, they do know that something's up. Hand of Midas yet to be used here, probably the next camp he sees. And I think Clutch Gaming might want to back here. This is pretty risky. They do see the Sentry. And Jakiro getting his stun off, but no follow-up, just a harass. And I think this is a risky play here. Actually, no, they do have the Spectre ultimate and Aghanim Scepter being finished on Ancient Apparition. This is massive. I think this Ancient Apparition is doing very well this game. And of course, the Grip coming out, but they have a lot of Disable Pain. Going to stop him in his tracks, and the Ice Blast going to do lots of damage. There's huge damage from Juggernaut with his Omni Slash, and of course, Darkseer going down as well. Huge amounts of damage. Terrorblade probably going to go down as well. He's used his Thunder a little bit too early here, but the Illusion does finish off Spectre, getting a lot of gold for that, and Vengeful Spirit going down. So, that was a lot of damage there from Jakiro as the Juggernaut. It's level 2 fire. No Aghanim Scepter going for probably the Greaves build this game, which is fine. I do think though, after predicting that the Radiant lineup was a little bit better, I do think that the execution and the team fights here have been going the way of Clutch Gaming with this amazing rotations done. Early game, it was looking like Clutch Gaming were a little bit of a pickle here. But the Spectre, after he got that double kill, was getting back in this game. And this push is just so strong.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
This push is very strong, this lineup from Clutch Gaming, and I think this is one of the reasons why they're behind on the Radiant here. Judging from the push they have, which is able to completely counteract all the early game aggression they had. Mechanism being finished in Jakiro. Very nice item this game.
I'll take that as tribute.
Very good, actually. I really do like this. One of the reasons Mechanism is very good in this game against Terrorblade due to the fact that he does Sunder, and you can quickly save your ally, assuming they don't die, with the Mechanism, which can sustain the fight a lot longer and actually give your team a large chance to come back. However, the smoke coming up here, and they are going to try and stop this Roche take here, but Juggernaut's actually getting this, still farming. The stun coming out from Jakiro, actually the Bane stripped down, and a lot of damage, actually fairly huge amounts of damage from the Juggernaut, actually really low, and they're so close to killing him, but they're all going to get down here. Very, very risky to contend that Roshan, and it was so close. The wall here did a lot of work that fight, and still is doing a lot of work at actually trying to prevent this Roshan. I did miss the fight recap, guys. Very sorry about that. But we can assume
Radiant's
safely that a
top
lot of
tower
gold
is under attack.
went the way of Terrorblade would have worth a fair amount of gold there.
Radiant's
Still
top
behind
tower
at his
is
items.
under attack.
When is he going to Scotty? That's the question. And if he does, will it be too late though? It seems it will be. With Spectre opting to go for the Manta style build here, I think that's fine this game. Fine at negating that armor reduction from Vengeful Spirit. I think it's a very smart item this game. Manta style being a very good item this game on both teams. And Wisp here just trying to push out this wave. TA being played by Wisp. Cactuar King, they really want to be aggressive down in this safe lane here. But they can't really. This Darkseer is very good at countering that push. Right now he's opting probably to go for the Shiva's build here, which is a very good item against both of these hard hitters from the Radiant, from the Dire here. And Clutch Gaming going to win this share. The Templar Assassin actually not cancelling the sprint. And they just get it down. The Ice Blast damage missing completely here. However, the Cold Feet coming through. Behind these towers here. Spectre going to chase down the Ducks here with the Radiance damage. Might be able to take it down. Does take it down in the end. And Terrorblade trying to get the kill here. Does get the kill. 1,000 gold here. Terrorblade. Terrorblade, the last hope. Living on EZ here. But they probably won't be able to make use of this. However, the push is coming through. This Liquid Fire should be used here as much as possible. Is forgetting about it. However, it has done a lot of work this game. Terrorblade Illusion trying to slow down, doing a fair amount of damage. Really, Spirit Breaker charging a pretty aggressive charge here. And it's actually got the Blade Mail Blue here, trying to take Terrorblade down. He's going to be very low here, and he will get away. And they're still pushing. Ice Blast actually coming through. Will it finish him off? It doesn't hit him, and he will survive. Ancient Apparition still having that Aghanim Scepter, which is going to provide a lot. 17 seconds worth of ticks that are going to prevent Templar Assassin from using Refraction Charges. I have been missing the fight recap, guys. I'm very sorry about that. Actually, Spirit Breaker opting to go for the Aghanim Scepter build. He has got enough money to finish it. I don't think buyback is really a worthy option for Clutch Gaming here, because if they do lose a fight, they will still be fairly ahead. I don't think this catch-up gold will be that much. However, Aegis the Immortal on Juggernaut here, able to farm these Ancients very quickly, and has got that Desolator, which was a very interesting item to see, but not that bad at all. I do agree with it. Greaves, and now 4-star coming out for Jakiro. Being fairly farmed, really, for a position 5. And Vengeful Spirit is not really on par with this Jakiro this game. Juggernaut clearing out the Radiant jungle here. Nothing they can do to counter. They do actually go for the Eye of Skadi, which is interesting, considering the fact they are both unique attack modifiers. I'm not sure why. So, not really sure. Desolator still taking effect here. Maybe just for the stats, I'm not too sure. Maybe a butterfly probably would have been the way to go. Templar Assassin not actually getting a Desolator, or he's actually gone for the BKB, which this game is actually not that bad at all. Probably best, though, that some damage comes out at some point, but if you're playing from behind like this, BKB is probably the best item to go. So it's fair enough that she went for that. Ancient Apparition Blast coming top. Will it catch him out? And it most likely will not catch anyone here. And actually, Spirit Breaker Charge coming into the Omni Slash. BKB not really going to help against Omni Slash. This is physical damage and does actually help against the AA Ice Blast, however, which is probably not that bad at all that she used that. Could have died there, possibly. Spirit Breaker finishing the Aghanim Scepter. He is using the Fury now. He probably will swap it out for his TP or for his Wand. Not 100% here. We'll see what his sides here, and the hero using his damage over time here really going to help. Liquid Fire. Lots of pings coming out. They know something's up. They want him to go and farm. They're pinging Terrorblade to go and farm, but I don't think it's possible. This Juggernaut is going to be gripped here, but is there not much they can do about it? Of course they can. He's going to cut the Nightmare coming out. Not much they can do here. Templar, Darkseer, everyone going down here. Terrorblade being the last person, and GG being called here by Darkseer. That's GG, guys. Well played by both teams, but I think Clutch Gaming actually, with their early game, they fell behind. They did come back, and this comeback by the Spectre really accelerated them forward. That's well played. See you next game.